Oh, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the 6-Inch Kings podcast. This is episode 39. My name is Sean Coughlin. On the other side of the table, I'm joined by my lovely, lovely lover. I am Shrestha.
Hello.
And next to him, we've got a surprise guest.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, that doesn't go with the music. Yeah. Truly one of the, probably the most highly educated, highly anticipated,
agree,
highly opinionated guests we have ever had on the podcast.
Yeah.
And the only guest we've ever had that I know for a fact knows more than me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a lot.
I know.
You just shout on every guest we've ever had.
They're all idiots.
True.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time to the podcast, the Greek Easter legend herself, Demi Pappas. Woo! Hi, Demi.
Hi.
Wow, Demi.
Okay, can we cut out the music now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's a slow fade.
It's a process, okay?
Sorry,
Before
sorry.
we even begin, Demi, can you state your full government name?
My full government name is Dimitra Fotini Pappas.
I was going to say,
That's your
say
last name?
Demetria, so I'm glad I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I was this close to saying Demetrius as well, but
Demetrius.
Not with an S, what?
Not a man.
is that a man's name?
Demetrius?
Oh, it sounds like a female name.
No. Demetria, female. Demetrius,
Yeah.
Okay.
captain of a army
Captain Demetrius.
in ancient Greece.
Well, Demetrius sounds cool. Well, they both sound cool.
So nouns
Sorry.
that end in S are masculine in Greek. So
Okay.
if the name ends in S, it's a boy.
Like
Okay.
Lucas versus Luca. That's both.
No, Luca's also a boy name.
So what is it, Jimmy?
Luca's also not Greek, though.
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
Italian.
Yeah. God,
Say-
dude.
say
Like
some
you
Greek
haven't even
names.
seen Luca.
Say some Greek names. Giannis or Yana.
Okay, so like
Actually, that works. Sorry.
Alexia and Alexios.
Ooh.
Male and
Alexios is a lot better than Alexis.
Yeah, but Alexis is for girls.
So,
Alexios is for boys.
No, so Alexis is for boys. So like my
Oh,
sister.
wait. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
No, but so my sister's name is Alexis, but like in Greece, all the Greeks always tell my parents that they named her the wrong name.
Oh.
That it
And
should be Alexia.
They misgendered her.
See.
Yeah.
And your parents say, that's not very woke of you.
Yeah.
She can be whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my parents are very woke.
They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
They're very sweet. They're
Dude,
very sweet.
I love your parents so much. People who are avid listeners know that I met Demi's parents at Greek Easter. And your dad, dude, is my idol.
Yeah. He's a bro.
I
Yeah.
love him so much, dude.
Your mother is also very sweet.
Yeah.
I saw
very
her
sweet
mother
lady.
at Tiny's the other day.
Really?
Yeah, she came into Tiny's the other day.
She was so excited to be
With her
there. She got a red wine sangria.
Yeah,
she
she
was
did.
like, oh, I'll be wild.
Oh, she was being wild. I would have given it to her
Dude.
for free too.
Yeah, who had? I guess everyone
No,
doesn't
it was
know your
in lunch.
parents. Oh, okay.
It was in lunch.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
I was
popped
gonna
in.
say I
she just popped in.
would have sent out a picture of sangria if I knew I was pouring it for Demi's mom.
Yeah, I would have poured you one too, but that's technically illegal. So
Yeah. Demi.
Yeah.
yeah,
Stop it.
Demetria.
I didn't suggest it. That
Yeah,
was
that's
y'all.
true.
Wait, so the reason I wanted to for you to say your name was because I'm still shocked that your last name is Pappas and not like Papadopoulos.
Yeah. So, Pappas is a really common Greek last name in the States because when people emigrated from Greece, they changed their names from like Papasadopoulos, Papasadakis, Papasideris to Pappas.
Yeah.
Because it sounds more American.
Easier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, there's like a
So-
whole restaurant named after here.
I do. I know them actually.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know them well, but they're a part of the Greek community.
Oh,
and
true.
My
True,
sister,
Whoa.
true.
my sister like dated one of the sons for a while.
You're talking about Papa's?
Yeah.
The restaurant?
You're telling me it's not like Papa?
Pappas.
It's spelled with
I
guess it's
super
not-
dead ass thought it was like
dad.
Papa's. Like we're going
Like,
over to
oh.
Papa's house.
No, yeah, it's a Greek origin restaurant, right? Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
And so I guess not you personally, but your family might know them, or I guess they're in the community.
Yeah, we know. We know that.
Yeah. How deep is the Greek community in Houston?
I mean, there may be a mafia, but like I can't.
You can't say.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. I wasn't asking if it was a mafia. I just meant
Are there a lot of Greek people here?
There are
Yeah.
a lot,
And there's like a.
Our church is one of the largest in the country. One of the largest parishes.
Is that like the
I would
communion
say.
spot? Like everyone that's Greek goes to the Greek church?
There's another
Or is
one
there, like,
out
a
in the
convention?
burbs, and then there's one here.
Okay.
And I don't know. Have you all been to the Greek festival?
No.
I have.
Yeah.
I went.
So you know the
once.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I.
You need to
I
go
just
this
stopped
fall.
by.
You need to go this fall.
Okay.
You would
Greek
love the
Fest is
food.
good.
If you liked
we-
Greek Easter, you would love.
Didn't we talk about going?
Greek
We did
Fest.
because you weren't performing, but
I didn't perform this past year.
You're-
Yeah,
you have performed before.
I have.
Yeah.
I think we were going to go
performing.
with Demi and then she bailed on us.
No, I think we bailed on. Wait,
No, I
no.
never bail.
She was there the whole time. I think we had work.
I never.
Where's my... Wait. Oh, okay. Isn't one of these... No.
Y'all are just like
was looking
night
for a rim
owls.
shot.
I don't. I mean, I am, but I just feel like not when I'm home.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
him.
fair.
Like not when I'm staying with my parents.
It is me.
Like y'all will be like,
I like
oh,
to-
come over. We're gonna have a party till 4. Okay.
Well, yeah,
Well,
don't be a...
that's him.
That's me. But also, just don't be a loser. Just come party.
Well, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm sorry, too. I didn't want to be mean when I said that, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to be shaken into having some
No,
sense in
you're
you.
right. You're right.
You know?
shaken to the core.
You're right.
You're literally a college student.
I know.
And I know that when you're
I know,
up
but
there,
I like flick it on and off when I
Yeah,
come
yeah.
home. I don't know why.
I respect
can
that.
you just flip it on for one
And I
night
feel
to hang
that.
out with us someday?
I'll do it this summer.
When we have our second annual housewarming party in August, potentially.
Yeah.
I mean,
Potentially.
actually, one way or the other, we're going to have a housewarming party.
We're going to have some sort of party.
So, yeah.
Y'all should have a party and I can cook some food.
No, we don't
Yes.
do that.
Sorry, Demi. I didn't mean to throw that directly at your face like
Are
that.
you okay?
I just got really
No.
excited.
Got that on camera, dude.
I'm not going to play it. I was going to play a sound, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It was going to
Sorry,
be the
Debbie.
wah, wah.
Okay, so
I'll
what's the
put it
plan
for you.
today? What's the vibe?
Of the podcast?
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it, girl. We're just going to ask you questions and you're going to answer them and
And we're going to vibe out.
Okay.
and we're gonna
What's
vibe
your
out.
full legal name?
Oh, that's a complicated question to answer. Depending on which state I'm in, I have a few.
Yeah, you can't. I can't say my name either.
What about
But
you?
also, I don't have a middle name, so you know my whole
You
name.
don't have a middle name at all?
No, I don't have a middle name.
Make one up. That's what my dad did.
I've thought about making up a middle name.
My
But it
dad-
has to be really cool because my first name is I am.
My
So it
dad
has to be
never...
like I am.
Maybe when you get married, you can take your
That-
wife's last name and then
I've thought
you
about
can
that.
move
Progressive.
your middle name, your last name to your middle name.
Ooh.
I've thought about that.
I am Shasta Coughlin.
I actually have thought about like when I get married, my wife not taking my last name.
I'm very conflicted about this subject, actually.
I am not, only because... I'm really sorry, Mom and Dad, if you hear this. I don't like my last name because of the way it sounds and how like not cool it sounds. I definitely want, if and when I ever get married, me and my beloved to both pick a new last name that we...
Ooh.
That
That
we-
actually sounds a lot better
Yeah.
than
Because you get to pick a
continuing.
last name.
You get to, yeah, and you get to start your own lineage.
If y'all were going to make up your own last name, what would it be? You're starting a dynasty.
I
have
don't
to,
see-
Do you have
I
to
don't-
keep the first name?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think I could engage in this conversation because
Why? You love your last name.
I like love my last name, and
a lot of
also I'm like
history.
one of 3 girls, and so no one's gonna carry it on. Like
Oh,
Lexi's
yeah,
already
yeah.
changing her last name, like Elena's gonna change it, and I know I'll probably end up changing it because I want to have the same last name as my children. Like I want to be like a family unit, but like at the same time, like I think my last name is superior to like most other names, and like I love
Hell
my
yeah.
last name, and like the only reason that women change their names to the others is because they become property of the male. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
literally why.
Agreed.
True.
And
Okay.
so like,
So why don't you
that's why I'm
find
conflicted.
why don't you find a man with the last name Pappas,
Pappas, yeah.
Or
and marry him?
what are some other, if you were, I'm not saying you're going to marry a Greek man, but you know, statistically, it's
No, I mean there are other
it's
like
likely.
it's not about the name, it's about the
Right.
principle.
Yeah.
oh,
You know,
sure.
like
Okay. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about hyphenating?
don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
think
or nothing.
hyphenating. Yeah, I was gonna say hyphenating seems like you're
It's a lot.
settling.
Yeah.
In
I
a
like the
sense.
idea of it, but in reality, it's too much.
I think I'll either change. I'll change. I mean, who
Part
are
of
we
me,
kidding?
part of me wouldn't mind changing my last name either because my last name is part of a caste system. So
Mhm.
there's so many people out in the world with my last
Shasta.
name that I'm not even related to or even close. I mean, maybe.
What is the etymology of your last name? What caste?
God, you're saying a lot of words I don't know.
That's what I'm
just
talking
kidding.
about. Demi's so smart.
The name origin.
So the caste that I was born into is called the Newaris.
Okay.
The Newari caste. We are known to be the warrior caste of Nepal. Back in the day. I mean, there's no more warrior. I mean, there's an army, but anybody can join. But way back in the day, we were the warrior caste.
If you join,
fighters.
So like
you
the
get promoted off the
Kshatriyas,
jump?
right?
No.
In Hindu culture, that's the Kshatriya.
So I think Nepal is a little...
Don't look at me like I'm going to know.
Nepal, I don't know much of a history about Nepal, but I think Hinduism, or what did you say? You said Hinduism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hinduism and Nepal are a little separated. They're a little different.
So they have different caste cultures.
Yeah, Nepal has their own personal caste culture. They do take a lot from Hindi culture, but it's not necessarily the same all the way through. I do know that there's like, in Nepal, the big caste is the Baun, which is a branch of the Kshatriya caste, which is the main Hindu caste.
So you're pretty high. The warrior caste, that's pretty high.
I'm not the highest. Like, I'm not an intellect or a political figure, but I'm like right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also such a big thing about like people who are in the lower caste, and how if you're born in the lower caste in Nepal right now, you're still like looked at as like beneath.
Like, that's
people.
insane.
Yeah. That's still a thing. It's less so now, but when my parents were like my age, it was still a very prevalent thing. Like, you wouldn't interbreed in your caste. Like, my parents were both from the same caste, and I actually have a friend whose parents weren't arranged marriage, and they were from two different castes, and that was like a big thing where they had to like, essentially, the mom had to like stop talking to her family for a while until they got over it. And eventually they did get over it.
Do you have friends that like will go back to Nepal and find wives? Is there like a marriage market?
Yeah. My parents actually just went back to Nepal
to find you a wife.
Weeks, and
really?
Dude, my mom came back with like a little photo book
of
like girls. I
want to see it.
I told her I wasn't going to look at it. But my parents tell me all the time that my mom's brothers, who are very well off, talk to her all the time about like they have a list of girls waiting whenever. And I'm always like, I'm okay. Thank you though.
But what if one of them is your soulmate?
You know what? I honestly
maybe.
kind of respect it a little bit, because I feel like most like intense cultures still have that, but it's veiled, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. American culture
Like,
has
at least
it.
you're just straightforward about
American
it.
cultures have it like your parents know someone's parents, and they know their kids, and they're like, you should really,
Yeah.
y'all should really get to know each other.
Yeah.
Americans just aren't good at it anymore because it's been veiled for so long that
It's just
even the people who are
disintegrated.
trying to do the matchmaking aren't even doing it for like advantageous reasons. They're just like, I like this person, so you should date their daughter.
Family is cool. We should be family.
Which is more wholesome and okay than like, business arranged marriages. But
yeah, I hope my parents don't listen to this, but my dad had a conversation with me once about like why he chose my mom as like his wife, because my parents were arranged marriage.
Yeah.
And arranged marriage is not what you think it is, I guess. There's a little bit more to it than just like two parents coming together and picking two people to marry each other. It is a lot like dating in a sense. It's more just like before you get to know each other, there's like the expectation that you're going to marry. So you like meet with the expectation you're going to marry.
Sure.
And then you vibe for a few months, and then you like get married. It's not just like you have to do this.
Yeah.
It's more, there's more choice to it.
So if y'all
than
don't
not.
vibe, you can back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's cool.
If you're a woman, you can't. But if you're a man, you can, which is, you know how the patriarchy goes.
Yeah.
But my dad pulled me aside a few years ago, and we were having like this conversation about like dating and stuff. And he was like, do you want to know the reason why I picked your mother? He didn't say mother. He
was like,
white.
she got the fattest.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, just kidding. He was like, I wanted to marry a woman who was loyal and comes from a good family. And my mom's brother, she has four brothers. One of them is a doctor. One of them is a government official who's higher up, and then two of them are very successful businessmen. And he was like, I knew them, and I was like, I have to get in that family.
I mean, to be fair, that's what we were saying after we met Demis family at Greek Easter. So,
and he was like, I thought that having kids with her would give you guys the best odds at being successful. And then look at me and my brother. No, I'm just kidding. We're pretty successful.
Always successful as fuck.
Yeah. But I was like, Dad, you literally just had a business transaction with a woman and the product is 2 kids.
But now that business partner has become the love of his life.
Sure.
Which sounds like I'm advocating for arranged marriage, which I don't want to be, but
No, I mean,
it's sweet when it works out.
Yeah.
It's weird that you said love of his life. I don't know. It's very much not.
You're like, my dad doesn't like my mom.
My dad has given me, I feel like dads just give, I mean, that wasn't out of pocket, but it sounds.
No, it's a little out of pocket.
There's like, I think there's
your child.
I know, but there's like a generational like gap where like we wouldn't be sitting around, like y'all wouldn't just be like shooting the shit and be like, oh yeah, you need to marry someone who like comes from a good family. And like, so you're.
Demi, are those headphones comfortable for you right now?
Yeah.
You can adjust them if they're
fine.
They look really big on you.
No, but my dad, you know what my dad told me? My dad was like, oh yeah, like you when you're like, when I was like going out with your mom, like you gotta look at the moms of the girls you're going out with to see how they're gonna age.
I've heard that so many times.
And she's like, and I looked at your grandmother and I was like, yeah, she's good. And I was just like, fuck. I don't want to think about that.
That's also
you should start thinking about it. You should start looking at the dads and granddads of the dudes you're dating. I mean, you don't have to, but then you might be in for a nasty surprise in 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now.
Okay, so what are the life updates? I came in and I tried to ask them about, I'm addressing the audience now. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Sure. Go for it.
Please look into the camera.
I also didn't know it was going to be recorded. So I feel a little betrayed.
And that's how we know Demi doesn't listen to the podcast.
No, that's how you know I listen. I don't watch.
Yeah, but in the podcast, I say you can watch on YouTube.
Oh, fuck.
She just never gets there.
I'm also one of those people that like zones out.
No, it's okay.
You know, like, listen, subscribe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we only do that spiel like once every 15 episodes. So it's okay
at
if you
the
missed
very,
it.
very end.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I came in and I want to know what's going on with them because I haven't seen them since late April. April 27th, to be exact.
Greek Easter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was I a manager in April 27th?
You were.
Okay.
Well, that's manager for like a year.
I came in that week, remember? I came in that week and I literally just decided to play hooky from school for a week. Well, not really, because you know, with the pandemic, all the classes have the virtual option, and so I just like opted for the virtual with some stuff, and then like one professor I just emailed and I was like, "Hi, like I have to go home
for Greek Easter."
No, I said I have to go home for a family matter. Like, may I Zoom into class? And so you don't like. That's how you. I don't know. I've gotten like really good at telling lies, which is like not, it's like a good skill, but like I'm kind of afraid of it. It's how easy it is for me to just lie to people now.
It's part of the college experience / growing up.
Yeah, a little bit. I do.
You do have to keep yourself in check though.
Yeah, I do think it's good that you're like wary of it.
Yeah.
Because my whole life has been so good at lying, and I used to not even think twice about it.
Yeah, you're a menace.
Yeah, but now I like feel bad when I lie sometimes, which I think is growth. And I try to lie less, but I definitely still lie a lot. But they're never malicious.
So like when you're lying now, you don't do like bigger scale lies.
Yeah, I never do bigger scale lies.
No.
Now it's more like you'll just like walk up to people randomly and be like, and it'll be a lie.
They're like lying for sport.
Yeah.
It's like, how much can I get away with?
Like whenever it's slow at work, you just walk up and you're like,
a little bit.
Or like
trying to stir the pot.
Yeah. It's never lies about other people though. Like I said, it's never malicious.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun, and it's just to get like a fun reaction.
It's like,
I know, but that kind of is a little inherently malicious.
Well,
like you've been full of me sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, but we're talking about
remember,
like,
but it's happened.
A table sits down and Ian walks up to greet him and he's like, right, what's going on, friends? What can I get for you? That's a lie.
It's like I am walking up to me.
I've done that actually. I've done country accents at tables.
When Vincent answers the phone for to-goes and goes, "Hi, this is Sean. What can I get for you?"
Vinny does that.
Yes, all the time. Vinny is a little psychopath.
I know,
and we love him so much for it. And he doesn't listen,
Dude,
so we can say whatever.
I was
going
to say, imagine Vinny on the podcast.
I want him on so bad. We should have had him on when
I'm on.
Yes,
so
sorry.
No, Demi, you can let that out. It's fine.
Yeah, so it's good that you acknowledge and recognize it. And I think there's people who are like, you should never lie. Lying is bad.
I think it's a skill.
And I think those people are mean.
Murder is a skill.
They mean well, and they have good intentions, but they also don't know their own lies that they tell, because everyone lies when they want to get out of something they don't want to do.
I would say I'm very honest with myself.
Good.
Probably too much,
No, there's no such thing as too much honesty with yourself.
Yeah.
To thine own self be true, Demi.
Ooh, what was that quote?
I think it's from the Bible. I don't. I have no idea. I've just heard it.
It's definitely not from the Bible.
Hey Siri, who said "To thine own self be true"? I found some web results. Fuck. Should have known that wasn't gonna work. Shut up, Siri.
Does it every time? Check your iPhone, dude. You won't.
It's recording the video right now.
Oh, I can check mine.
No. You can't be on your phone in the podcast.
Yeah, you can't be on your phone, but I'm the producer, so I can. I'll find out.
Patriarchy.
I'm the producer of this family.
Yeah, why are there 2 men at the table and 1 woman?
Well, bring your other woman, dude. Bring your friend. Just kidding. If you're listening to this and you're Demi's friend that I told couldn't be on the podcast, I'm sorry. You just were too young, hot, and
It is Shakespeare. It's from Hamlet.
That was good. That was beautiful.
Thanks, dude.
I know my Shakespeare, dude.
Yeah, you do.
But any life updates? You were managing. It was a surprise seeing him like that.
Yeah.
In the manager garb.
I know. I'm still surprised every day.
It
fits him
checks
very well.
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then last time I saw you, which was like
3 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days
Saturday.
ago. Oh, it was Saturday. Okay.
He has the Harry Potter glasses.
I do have the Harry Potter glasses.
I like it. I like the glasses.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to my old look.
Yeah.
So
this is what he looked
Harry
like when I met him.
Yeah.
You're Ron Weasley. And it's the Goblet of Fire movie because your hair is really long.
Does that mean you're Hermione?
Yeah, sure. If you're calling me Hermione.
I mean, you definitely fit the Hermione archetype more than anything else.
But I have decided that I'm Ravenclaw. I'm not Gryffindor.
Oh, you think you're Ravenclaw?
I could have told you that from a million miles away. Okay. You're so obviously a Ravenclaw.
Yeah. I do think though I settle just as anyone settles into different roles with different people, I do settle into my role with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
As a Gryffindor
at work. Oh. No, it's
as the
younger no, it's just like the younger I don't know, meeker
It was definitely that way the
chill.
first year that we knew you, or the first time that we knew you.
When you're still in high school.
There have been seasons of the Demi show at Tiny's.
Yeah. There have.
And the first time that you worked there was season 1, and that was a completely different person than what we've gotten in all the other seasons thus far. Because that was a time when you truly were very soft-spoken. You rarely ever spoke up unless we asked you what you thought about something.
Never joked around with us.
You rarely joked around.
You just stood there.
Gosh.
And you just seemed very quiet and impressionable and nervous.
I will say that was a really tough time because that's right after I came back so I go to Georgetown. And
no, this was pre-Georgetown.
This was when you were still in high school.
No.
Yes.
Your first season of Tiny's, you were still in high school.
No. It was over winter break. No. I swear to you.
No. Demi, you came to work and were I got accepted to Georgetown.
No.
Demi, I think you're forgetting when you started.
Yeah.
I remember when I interviewed with Joy. It was over. No, I specifically remember interviewing with Joy, and it was around Thanksgiving, and I wanted a job for winter break because the winter break was so long. I remember because it was my first Christmas. It was a lot of to-go orders. It was Christmas. I remember.
I don't think you do.
I can look it up.
Yeah, because the summer before I was not working. I was getting ready for school.
What year did you graduate high school?
I graduated in 2020. And then I came to work that winter. So I graduated in 2020.
That summer between.
I did not.
Demi, I'm not trying to argue with you.
Okay, so
but I really, really think it was.
I really know that it was not
because I remember. I am signing a Paycom right now.
Starting
I'm about to sign into Paycom.
Literally, can you actually?
Yeah, I can.
No, that was a hard time for me because I just come back from living in DC, in an apartment with 2 roommates.
But if you live
doing virtual class from the apartment, and it wasn't college because Georgetown didn't have its campus open.
I don't have my.
So there was kind of just a really small.
I gotta do it on my laptop.
Do y'all do fact checks post episode? So you can add in.
No.
Y'all should do that.
We just spew things that we think are true.
Fact check some of this shit we say.
So
while I'm editing.
Next episode you can.
Yeah, we'll do a follow up.
I'm having a hard time. Well, so it would make sense to me that you started winter only if your first semester wasn't even in person, right?
Well, I came back at Thanksgiving. I didn't go back. That's why. It was a 3-month semester.
I can't remember. 2020 was when the pandemic started.
Yes.
So you graduated high school.
I did not have a graduation.
You didn't have a graduation.
Actually.
Yes.
Lucky.
I had a Zoom class. Zoom
graduation?
So did I meet... When you met me, was I still in school? Because I graduated winter 2020.
Yeah, you were finishing up, I think. I don't know. You were
Anyway,
goofy. Like,
yeah, that's true.
The whole point is season 1 Demi, very, I would say, meek.
And that's why I'm
like
saying
quiet.
I was meek, because I just come back from living in DC. Kind of depressive episode, because you're doing virtual classes.
Interesting.
And like everyone was like, honestly, like everyone, all my friends who lived there that fall, like you'd see people on the weekends, but like during the week it was literally like you were like a young friends? I did, but like you'd reach out to people through fucking like Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Or like random connections. And it was very slow, and it built, and a community built, but it was still very isolated because we were all living throughout DC. So like my best friends lived like a 20-minute walk from me, and like as opposed to like all living on campus.
Yeah,
and
like next door to you.
Yeah, it just was very different.
A whole different thing.
So it was tough, but
Yeah, I could see that.
And I mean, it wasn't the best roommate situation.
I remember you saying something about that.
So yeah.
Wow, I can't shake the feeling that we knew you while you were in high school. I don't even want to say you
You
started this
didn't
summer.
know me while I was in high
I know, but I want to
school.
say you like were a senior in high school when you started. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, the point is, then after that, we got season 2 Demi.
Yeah,
and it's almost like they recast the role. You came back and you were sassy and woke. And it was really, really funny and like interesting to watch. I remember the first time you came back to us after having previously worked there, you were standing at the host stand and me and Joy were standing behind the bar, and I was saying some outlandish shit to her, I'm sure. And you like a scene out of a movie, like leaned back from the host stand so that you could look at us, and you were like, "Is that misogyny I hear?" And I was like, "Oh shit, Debbie's a whole ass adult now.
My bad, Debbie.
I'm not gonna get away with this shit anymore."
Sorry, Debbie. Is that misogyny I hear?
You sound like an old lady.
No, you sound like a college student.
Yeah. You also, may I say, stepped up your fashion incredibly.
Shit.
Yeah, you dressed like a...
She used to be ugly, you're saying?
No, her fashion.
Her clothes used to be ugly, you're saying?
Her clothes used to be broke looking, and now she looks better.
I am...
Sorry, that was rude.
That's a
that
crazy thing to say.
No, it's okay.
No, that wasn't true either.
I will say...
Demi lives in... Well, I'm not going to say where you live. You know where she lives.
No, but
Washington.
in high school, I literally like I was playing soccer all the time, and so like from 3 to 10, like I would like school, soccer, go home, study, and then another soccer. So like I would end my day at like 10 p.m. And so like I wasn't like, it was dressing up if I wore like jeans and not like leggings, or like I was constantly in sweats.
Yeah. Same.
So then going to college,
I continued
think
to do
everyone
that.
develops a sense of style. I think.
Not true.
In college,
I didn't develop a sense of style in college.
I don't know. Everyone dresses up in Georgetown. You can't just like
True.
no one wears just like long t-shirts and like Nike shorts. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna
to
be in
dress up.
athleisure, you have to be in like athleisure.
It's
Like,
not
you
like
can't look
Texas
like a
where
bum.
every college girl in the world is wearing running shorts and an oversized
I know,
tank
and
top
it's
or an oversized
rude,
tee.
honestly, because then.
But
you
it's
have
also
to
because
try.
it's a lot cooler there, so you can like layer up and add.
No,
add
it's
layers
the
to it.
culture.
Really?
Because
Yeah, they're civilized up there.
Damn, we should
Not
go
like
out there
us
for a
down here,
month,
bro.
See what happens.
y'all should visit.
No, not visit. We just live
Remember
there.
when we said we were gonna go
Y'all
to New
should
York and then
come.
haul ass down
Y'all
on a
can
train to
take
go
the Amtrak,
visit?
yeah.
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 Well,
do.
we'll see, Demi. You ghosted us 3 times, so
Okay,
we'll eventually get there.
so
Maybe we'll come to your graduation.
I don't know if there was 3. Oh, that'd be fun.
We'll get there when you turn 21 and
Okay.
you can take us out.
That's actually the answer.
I don't know if there was 3, but the one time
it
I
was
did
2.
say I was going to come and I didn't come is because I literally was in the motherfucking car and I backed into the gate.
Yeah.
And it was
We
like,
saw the gate
We did see the gate.
Yeah.
How did you back into that gate?
because she was in a tizzy.
Well, I just like, I don't know. It wasn't even a fight. And that's when you know that it wasn't even a fight or something worth fighting about when you don't even remember like
So you got in a fight with your parents?
About. No, I just was like, it was like me, my mom, and my sister, and like I just was like, okay, like I'm done with this, you know, like I'm leaving.
Like,
and
I don't even want to talk
I was driving the punch buggy, and you have to turn the
punch buggy.
The little Beetle. Red car, yeah, the Beetle.
The Beetle.
Oh,
is it not a punch buggy?
Yeah,
punch buggy's a
punch
game.
buggy's the game. When you see the buggy, you punch.
It's
someone.
a Volkswagen bug.
Yeah.
It's called a bug. Anyway, sorry.
Beetle.
You're right.
Y'all should play the Beetle
Beatles.
Is a bug.
Yeah.
Huh? I love the Beatles.
Dude, this whole week at work, I've been playing my own little playlist.
Can you?
And
that's actually been you.
Yeah.
What has it been?
Oh, it's been great music. Let me tell you, I've gotten so many compliments on the music.
Let me hear it.
I've been getting so many compliments from guests of the music.
Okay.
It's like old. I mean, it's
no, we can't play any copyrighted music on.
We can't play it here. I mean, I'll show you the music after. It's just Pandora though. I've been doing John Lennon Pandora.
You have to turn on the AC. You have to turn on the lights manually. Turn on the car. Turn on the audio. There are a million motherfucking buttons.
Sure.
Okay.
And
is it old?
I mean, yeah.
It's like a really old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot to press the
garage
gate
door
button.
opener or the gate opener.
And it was dark. And I looked back and I didn't see anything. And I thought I opened it.
And you just hit it.
I think I like sat there for a second too, like routing myself here. And you know, like when you like do all the buttons and you sit for a second, you're like, okay, I've like done all my shit.
You're like, I'm done. Let's roll.
Yeah. It honestly, the car was fine. Like there was a little thing that I then like hit out. So it was fine. But
so that's.
And then I knew I wasn't coming. Like it was like a situation where I wasn't even like, we all knew that I wasn't going to come. Like my mom and I like looked at each other and we were like, yeah, like we both know I'm not leaving the house. Like I'm not going to try to fight it.
Why? That's the question.
Because it's her car and it's her baby. Like she heard the car hit the gate.
She's just upset and she had to you had to be punished.
Like I can't.
But you could just.
It just wasn't the vibe.
You could just. Okay, I'm not gonna. Everyone's family.
No, like if I said I would try to go after I like ran the car into the gate, she would be like, "Where the fuck do you think you're going?"
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm about to be 20 and I can do whatever I want."
I mean, yes, but I'm also like, they literally support me.
Yeah. I know. That's why. Yeah, that's why I was like, I digress.
Yeah.
As independent as I am, I'm also like very respectful of my parents.
That's the best combination to be.
So.
And your parents are worthy of that respect too, which is even better.
Well, because I've always kind of been like the little adult because my oldest sister is 6 years older than me. Or my closest sister is 6 years older than me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Melena's 9 years older. So like, yeah.
Oh, I always forget there's a middle one. Sorry, maybe that sounds rude. I've never met her, so I don't.
No, it's
That's
just
funny you say that. The middle one is always neglected.
Yeah. Well, and Lena, my oldest sister, was a really good soccer player too. Mom played soccer. My mom played soccer at UT actually.
Ooh.
And so Lena played soccer, and then Lexi didn't play soccer, and then I was really into soccer, so everyone would like.
The middle one got ignored.
Yeah. No, and she just didn't like.
She ignored herself. She should have played soccer.
Yeah, she could have gotten more recognition. Sorry, we digress.
Yeah, they're getting crazy now. Anyway, the whole thing about it, Demi, is what are your life updates now?
My life updates. Wait, y'all don't have any?
He's a manager.
I'm a manager.
I'm just old.
Sean's been going on a lot of walks.
I've been going on a lot of walks. I've been walking like 3 or 4 miles a day at least.
Ooh, I've
been going to yoga.
Oh.
Black Swan Yoga once a week for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I just heard about that. It's like donation based, right?
Yes, it is. I donate really $15 every time. I'm gonna down it to 10 though because I'm.
So you know what I did?
Getting a little tight.
You know what I did the other day? For the first time, one of those Pilates classes that's on like one of those like guillotines.
Yeah. Dude, Pilates is tough. Pilates is tough.
You know, like the French death machine.
No, yeah, I know what a guillotine is. I want to know how it's being incorporated into a fitness routine.
It's like you look.
Oh, because it's on a machine.
Have you seen Pilates?
It's confusing.
Okay. Have you seen how Pilates is done? So it's like this machine, this board almost, and you like get hooked up to it, and you can like move yourself, and there's stretches.
You have to wear sticky socks.
Yeah, and you like put your feet down, and it kind of
so there's a contraption involved.
Yes,
there's a contraption.
Looks like a guillotine.
Yes,
or it just feels like it because you're like, oh, I'm dying.
No, there's just like it's just wooden, and it looks confusing.
Okay.
It does look confusing,
and then you use it, and it's not confusing.
It's not. It's tough though. It's It's a lot of core.
No, it looks easy.
Fine.
I've never seen it.
Just kidding.
This is making a joke.
So while you're here in the summer, you should come to yoga with me because I love getting my friends to come to yoga with me.
I'll come actually.
Yoga's lame. Come walk 5 miles with me.
I just leave Friday for 3 weeks.
But yeah, we can.
After.
I'm gonna be doing it for a long time.
Okay,
so.
good.
I am going this Thursday.
I'll actually come.
I am going this Thursday if you want to come. You don't have to. I always go to the 10:30 class.
I could do that.
Yeah. It's Black Swan on Kirby.
Okay.
Which I know you're not too far from because I've been to your house.
Anyway, I'm doing yoga. I'm going on walks.
Yeah.
What is up with you?
What am I doing? Well, I'm working on I'm doing research virtually. That's like my main focus for this summer.
What are you researching?
But it's not taking that much time, which is really nice. So I'm researching like the denigration of the Greek Free Press since the economic crisis.
Okay.
So it's just like this fellowship I got with the business school. And they're basically just like paying me to like publish a paper.
Wow.
Where do you get all the
content?
Yeah. Where are you getting your information?
I'm gonna do some interviews while I'm in Greece. I've been reaching out to some journalists, and then there's a lot of literature out there. And then I also am gonna use the town I'm from as a case study. Like when I'm there for 3 weeks, like seeing what it's like to like try to consume news
media
as a local. Yeah, because so basically, crisis happened in 2009, right? It was like clusterfuck, and so. I mean, when you think of an economic crisis, you think of like the normal effects. So like wage cuts, like unemployment, like riots, protests, like whatever, you know, all this like political upheaval. And especially, so the Greek government was basically bankrupt. And so the crisis was like, what happened was it was triggered by the 2009 housing
in America?
Crisis in America. Yeah, it was a ripple effect because the US, like all the economies are linked. Greece had a history of like, they had a really bloated bureaucracy and like a history of like corruption and overspending and just, it was a mess. And like everyone knew that. And like everyone in the EU knew that. Like all the German and French banks who were like loaning them money knew that, but they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, because they didn't think some shit like that would happen.
Yeah, and then the crisis happened and then Greece defaulted on their loans and couldn't pay. And so then the Troika, the IMF, and the International Monetary Fund and the European Union Commission and just like all the EU officials had to like come together with like a plan
to set them free.
It was an austerity package, and that meant that the Greek government had to cut a lot of their spending, and one of that was like the ERT, which was like the Hellenic like news conglomerate that was like the government radio, and so it was like the government like
funded their own news.
But it was it was the one that was like they had it on a national scale in Athens, then also like local like outposts and stuff, and so it was like the only kind of like. I mean, it sounds bad because it's like government related, but it was like it's the only like constantly funded like outsource of news.
It's like the BBC, right?
BBC vibes, yeah. And so that was shut down, and then you have a lot of different publications. Like, sorry, this is like so boring, but
no, it's not.
There are a lot of publications go under. A lot of publications get bought up by these like oligarchs with like tenders in all these different industries who are like, you know, they're like shipping conglomerates, or they're a Russian oligarch, you know. And so then they're owned by people who have like political interests, and so it's just like you read about it. They're ranked 106 in the Reporters Without Borders like World Press Index, which is like this thing that comes out every year that ranks like how accessible and well treated the media is, and it's like 106, which is literally behind like all the Balkan states and like Liberia and shit. And it's
really
like
far,
bad,
especially for a European country,
especially for an EU nation.
That's interesting. Wow, I had no idea Greece had such a clusterfuck going on with
it's
their media.
It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, bro, Greece should secede from the EU.
Brexit.
Yeah.
Did Brexit ever? It happened.
Yeah.
It's currently like...
it happened a long time ago.
Well,
so they're not...
So it happened a long time ago, but it's like in effect now. So like when Brexit happened and they decided they couldn't just like snap their fingers, and had to like go through the transition process. But now,
hell yeah, or hell no. I don't know, depending on how everyone feels about it.
Yeah, I don't know much about British culture. I mean, I watch a British YouTube group, and that's all my information.
I've watched Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Season 6 just came out.
Yeah, season 6.
Also, sorry, listeners, I just bored you with that rant.
It's not boring,
It's not
Demi.
boring. It's very interesting.
It's so interesting. You're doing research on it. Okay. Who researches boring things? Nobody ever.
Yeah. Anyway.
While we're on this topic, what is your major?
So I was a finance major.
Okay.
Because I was like,
I want to be rich.
Well, I want to go to law school, but I was like, I'll major in finance just because like I'm paying for a Georgetown degree and like might as well.
Gotta go
not
STEM.
be a liberal arts degree.
But then I hated my life in finance classes.
Hell yeah.
Was the math crazy?
No.
Finance math
it's not even
crazy.
it's honestly not even as much. Like, I mean, the classes are
Look
hard.
at engineering math.
But it's like, no, yeah, it's not. The math's not hard. It's just like, it's almost just like the culture. Like, there's like a very big like Georgetown to New York pipeline. So like Wall Street, like everyone is going into finance and IB and consulting, and like everyone's recruiting, and it's just like, it's a bunch of bullshit. But like when you don't want to go down that path and you're surrounded by it, it's like, okay, like what? So I switched to marketing. So I'm still getting a business degree.
Good.
And then minor in journalism and Greek.
Marketing is really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, journalism in Greek?
Yeah. And Greek.
Oh, okay.
When you take Greek classes, do they teach you the language, or are they more teaching you like the history and the culture of Greek?
It's the language.
It's language? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Dude,
makes sense.
I'm going to learn Greek.
How good is your Greek?
Polikala.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Dude, if I wrote a little script for you, could you record like a intro for the podcast in Greek?
Yeah. The thing that I love about learning Greek, it's kind of like, knowing Latin. Like you can look at words and like know the etymology of it, the word. And it's like, just like, it's very alive. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. That sounds great.
Language with a purpose.
Yeah.
Or a history, I guess. When you can look at the etymology of a language, trace it all the way back to its origins.
Oh, okay.
The most recent show I watched was the Kardashians.
Ugh.
We watched that last night, actually.
We did watch that last night.
Not here. We were somewhere else and it was on.
So I never watched Keeping Up, but I love them.
Really? I abhor them.
Abhor?
Yeah. Or maybe that's a strong word.
No, it's how you feel.
Yeah, but it's
do you hate the Kardashians as people, or do you
see? That's what I mean. No,
I was gonna say, do you hate
I don't have anything
the
against them
idea
personally.
Of a reality show based.
Yes, that, but also I do think they have like a more than zero amount of responsibility for like the trend they've set in that regard that has bled into so much of like modern entertainment. Not that like, entertainment is entertainment.
It is fun to watch. I will say like in 2015, 2016, I used to watch the Kardashians a lot.
Yeah, you did.
It was like my guilty pleasure. I would just sit on the couch and watch reruns of it because I was like, oh my God, what's Kourtney going to do next? Holy shit, what's Kim about to do about that?
Kourtney's so fucking annoying.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Khloe is annoying. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't watched any of the new ones.
So I haven't watched the old.
In 2016.
But no, we need to watch the new. You need to watch the new. It's really good. I don't know. My takeaway is that I think that Kim has grown a lot and is actually really smart.
Sure. I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah, she's a mogul.
She's
a business mogul at this point.
No, I love Kim, and I think that her and Khloe are my favorite like duo.
Okay.
And I think
But Kourtney is married to Travis Barker.
Yeah.
Who
is a walking tattoo.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm saying like that makes her cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought you were saying that like you didn't like Travis Barker.
No.
Yeah.
No. Travis Barker's cool. I don't know much about him actually. So.
Dude, you didn't watch his reality show on MTV when you were growing up?
What was his?
I don't remember what it was called, but
no, I didn't.
He definitely had a reality.
Maybe that was the connection.
Probably
between him and the Kardashians.
Same producer, maybe.
Big Blink fan.
He was like, I know that life. I'm there with your sister.
Yeah.
Now come kiss me. They kiss a lot.
Isn't one of them dating Travis Scott?
Yeah, Kylie.
Ugh.
But the Jenners aren't on as much. I mean, they're not they're like side characters.
I think that Kylie, ever since Astroworld, like they've been like hush hush,
damage control.
and so I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
She likes attention. Remember when she was like the girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like
in 2017. Yeah. 2016.
Even more recently.
No,
she very much died.
The Kylie lip challenge.
Oh, dude, Kylie was like the it girl in like 2016.
Yeah.
No, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about all that is she was still, I think at that time she was probably like 17.
She was like 17, 18.
Yeah.
17, 18. Like she was on the, it was not until she became legal that she became the it girl. And then now that she's a little older, I think she's dying down a little. But also it's very hard.
She's still selling a lot of makeup.
Yeah. But it's very hard to maintain.
But I'm saying she was the center of the cultural conversation.
Yes. Right now it's Doja Cat.
It's like Zendaya.
Or Zendaya.
Fucking love Doja Cat and Zendaya.
Yeah. Those two, I would argue, are the center of the cultural.
Who was it? Oh my God. What did I say? Remember a little bit? Oh, I said Doja Cat is the new Beyonce.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she is.
No, take that back.
Think about when Beyonce was the center of the universe. Everyone in the world, all they gave a fuck about was Beyonce.
I don't even know what Doja Cat looks like, and not everyone in the world gives a fuck about.
That's a flaw of
Doja
yours.
Cat. Doja
Not
Cat,
a shortcoming of Doja
Cat. Like couldn't headline the Super Bowl. Like she doesn't have the mass appeal that like Beyonce
yes, she
did.
could. You're crazy.
No, she couldn't.
Doja Cat is the most popular female musical artist, if not musical artist, in the world.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift ain't shit right now compared to
currently.
Yeah, I'm talking about like right now, not overall of all time, because that's, like Elvis or the Beatles or something like that. But like right now, like pop culture.
You know the Beatles only made music for 10 years?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, they made it for 10 and they sold it for 100.
Yeah.
Well,
like all of those hits were like produced in 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would argue they were probably all made within like 5 or 6 years. The Beatles spent a lot of time together.
Okay, but back to your negative reaction about Taylor Swift.
No, I like Taylor Swift. I'm not saying a bad thing about her, but you're on one if you think Doja Cat is not more popular than Taylor Swift.
And I'm just like baffled because I've never even had this conversation. Like, this has never been an issue.
Well,
Doja Cat's really big.
I would say you're not plugged into the culture.
I disagreed with him about Doja Cat and Beyonce because I think Beyonce is still in a league of her own.
Beyonce.
Yeah, but when's the last time you were like, ooh, new Beyonce song, about to play this shit?
But that's because she hasn't dropped music. I guarantee.
And as a result, she's less relevant.
No. But I guarantee you, if Beyonce drops an album right now and Doja Cat drops an album at the same time, Beyonce's destroying Doja in numbers.
Yeah, but that's also because she has the advantage of having not dropped an album in years and years.
I just can't believe we're talking about this. Could Doja Cat ever star in The Pink Panther?
Yes, 100%.
Doja Cat's in like Hollywood as well.
Doja Cat is a big deal.
Doja Cat has an argument. I don't think she's there yet, but it does come with time.
I think as far as relevance in the pop culture right now, she's more relevant than Beyonce right now.
So the National Portrait Gallery in DC is like one of my favorite museums, and sometimes I'll go there to just like study because they have this really big like atrium in the middle. But anyway, so part of the portrait gallery, like they have like the presidents and like all that shit, and they have part of it that's like through the ages, so probably from like 1800, like I don't know, ever since the country started.
1775. Sorry, you're right. It is 76.
1776.
History nerd. Sorry.
More or less. They have the different ages. And so from each age, just like really influential people. So like most recently, like Bill and Melinda Gates or honestly not even most influential. I think they rotate them out actually because they have it traveling because they have so many different portraits. But like
Bill and Melinda Gates being the most
okay, but like think about but I mean think about our time. Like
not socially influential. I mean, socially influential.
Think about the history books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it was 2000 to the present. And guess what female artist is there?
From 2000 to the present?
Yeah.
Wait, don't tell me.
Influential?
Most influential?
And I was mad about it.
You're mad about it?
Yeah.
Doja Cat.
Baffled. No.
Was it... Fuck, who could it be? What genre of music?
Pop.
Fuck.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Lady Gaga?
Good guess too, no?
Yeah.
You're in the realm though. You're like very close.
Oh, is it Britney?
No. Britney wouldn't be mad about Britney. I don't think.
No, I wouldn't. I'm like, why her? It wasn't that I was mad necessarily. I'm just like, why her? And why not Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift was
just the
not influential.
Generation. Yeah, Taylor Swift only she only impacted the 12 to 16 year olds.
Are y'all Gen Z?
No.
Y'all are like on the cusp.
You might be.
I'm on the cusp.
I'm a millennial.
I am. How old are you?
97.
Yeah.
Years old?
So my sister is 96 and she's on the cusp.
Yeah. There's like a weird
So you're with 95, me. You're in my generation.
Yeah. There's from 95 to like 99. It's like you're both a millennial and you're a Gen Z because it's like
okay.
Anything can happen in your upbringing.
Okay.
So who was it?
Katy Perry.
As the most influential?
Well, I mean, that's not what it was, but there was a huge ass portrait of Katy Perry with, when she used to have like those like candy
titties?
boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
California Girls.
Dude,
bro,
I watched that music video so.
I didn't watch that one a lot, but the one I watched a lot was Last Friday Night.
Oh, that's.
I fucking loved that song.
I did like
bro.
that
To
song.
be fair, bro, when Katy Perry was in her,
she was
fucking element,
popping
Yeah,
when she was in her
right.
prime, bro.
You're right.
She could not miss.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
true.
drove to the suburbs to watch the Katy Perry like bio movie. I was so excited.
Yeah.
A little documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying because she is kind of an annoying person.
No, it just felt random. And then there's also Lil
You ever
Cooper.
seen her on American Idol as a judge?
I don't watch garbage.
See,
shows
I don't
that.
I don't like Katy
Don't ever
Perry's
disrespect
newest
her.
age. And I feel like an anti-feminist for saying that, but like her whole like short hair, like I just haven't liked her music recently.
Yeah, I also think her.
That's not
personality is
anti-feminist. It's just your taste in music.
No, she was saying with that short hair. Demi
Yeah.
used to have short hair.
Not short.
Not like Pixie.
You didn't have like a.
No, I like pixie cuts. It's
Yeah.
not the pixie cut. I just feel
It's
like it's
just-
forced.
Yeah.
It's like she's going like pink. Like she's trying to be like pink.
Yeah.
But she's not pink.
It's almost like a predictable part of the arc of a very popular female musical artist where they start out with like wherever they are, unless you're
She's
Avril
like a-
Lavigne,
she's
where
like
you're
a doll,
constantly
yeah.
a punk. But you get to a point where it's like, it's time to rebel against this
yes.
idea that everyone has of me in their head.
Yes.
It's fun to watch.
What
But
does
not
that say about
literally.
our society? Yeah,
Nothing.
It doesn't.
It
matter.
just sells well, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it does say something about society, but I would assume it's
She's
just
put
like
in a box and she
this
didn't
is
like
going to
being
be
put.
really different, and it's going to catch everyone's attention because my head is
Yeah.
shaved.
But then it's the
Yeah.
same.
I
That is
will
the
say
same.
though, I do think Miley Cyrus's like rock era
I
thing she's
love
entered. I
Miley
fucking
Cyrus.
love it.
I love
It's
her.
so her and her voice is like so sultry and like strong. She's like a female version of
kinda gross,
Brendan
though.
Urie.
a little bit.
Don't you think?
What?
I mean, I'm not
She
saying
gives
I'm
me
not,
more like Dolly Parton.
but I'm saying like
vibes.
Yeah.
voice. I'm saying voice.
Yeah, I don't think they
like
sound
she has
alike.
like the raspiness. of
Brendan Urie's not raspy,
He can be.
Is
When
he?
hits his high notes when he gets into it.
but like when he's talking, it sounds
Yeah.
very smooth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how he talks.
Oh, I love listening to that man talk. His voice
He
is
does
so
have a really good
nice.
voice. He does have a good voice.
And
He is Panic at the Disco.
oh yeah, 100%.
because all of them have filtered through, right?
Oh,
I don't either. It's
but his
crazy to
voice
me-
is what you think of when you think of the
when
music.
when I found out like those like early 2000s punk pop like bands,
Mm-hmm.
like the band members would just switch out.
Yeah.
That really turned me for a loop when I found out like Mayday Parade singer
Dude,
was also the singer
same.
of another band.
There's bands out
And
there
then-
that none of the members are the original members.
yeah. That really
What?
threw me
And
for a
that's
loop.
Panic, I think. It's just him.
I mean, but he didn't he retire after he had his kid or something like that?
I mean, when was the last time Panic at the Disco had a song though?
I think it was the Death of the Bachelor album.
Yeah.
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 So good. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm not gonna sing.
He, so there's this podcast I listen to, or I used to listen to. I don't really listen to it anymore.
Joe Rogan.
No. Well, I mean, yes, but that's not the one I'm thinking of right now. I used to listen to this podcast called Your Mom's House.
Ooh,
You know it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you know it.
I love that podcast.
It's a comedian podcast, and
you don't listen to it anymore?
No.
Oh.
I mean, not for any reason. I just don't have
He's
time.
focusing
that's
on his
fair.
own craft.
Yeah. But this podcast, Demi, is really, really, really like lowbrow, weird
super
clips,
raunchy.
super raunchy.
A lot of buttons.
A lot of video clips and buttons. Yeah.
It is called Your Mom's House. So.
And as it turns out, Brendan Urie is a big fan of this podcast, podcast. And they found out about that and had him on. And they gave him like a whole song to sing that's like one of the Panic at the Disco songs. Or no, it's y'all know the one. It's like the one everyone knows. It's their most recent like big song, like High High Hopes or something like that.
Yeah. That's their most recent album.
Yeah.
They've had a
So that song, but
keep on going.
Sorry.
all the words are like your mom's house stuff. And he's like, got hot farts. And he did the whole thing, and it was really gross, but really funny because it's actually him doing it, not like someone pretending to be him. Anyway, I just wanted, since y'all mentioned him, I just wanted to say that.
That's pretty good. Brandon, yours is actually really funny.
Yeah,
too.
he is really funny.
He's done like cameos in like shows and movies too, and he's been pretty funny. And
he's probably, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up doing stand up.
Okay, so I have a question for y'all.
Okay.
So we would play this game when we were in Italy because we were like, you know, when you're with the same group of people and you like dinner party conversation. So if you could have at a dinner party 4 people, not including you, from any time in history, dead or alive, who would you have?
God, probably just 4 of the founding fathers.
Of Alpha Sigma Phi?
4 old white men?
I mean, yeah, just to be able to pick their brain and like fill them in on current present day and be like, what were y'all thinking when?
Were y'all thinking that
like, did y'all
mass
think
shootings would be happening when you had the Second Amendment?
Well,
the answer is going to be
well, the answer is probably going to be no. They were like, no, we were thinking about how the government is going to overstep and you're going to have to.
There's a flying cockroach on our door.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, dog.
That thing has wings. Okay, sorry. I'm going to keep eyes on it, but y'all continue.
Should I go get it?
No. I'm going to watch it.
Okay, I'm going to go get another drink then.
Okay. Well,
maybe not all 4 founding fathers, because that is kind of a very. I probably could do with 1 or 2 of them.
If you're going to get another drink, you just go get rid of that.
All right.
I'm just a big boy.
All right, I'm gonna go check on him.
Okay. Go ask him if he wants to be the 4th on the podcast.
Yeah, we do have another mic.
We have another mic.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
I'm glad my friend didn't come. The vibe would be weird.
Who's your friend?
Her name is Emily. She's my best friend from high school.
Emily.
Emily.
Demi said you're hot and single. Oh, shit. Fuck him up. That was really good. That was kind of hot. Is that All Might?
The camera didn't catch that.
Yeah. It was only for us.
Oh.
It was only for you.
I'm seasoned every night.
Yeah, I do.
What goes on in this house?
Oh,
yeah. So,
girl, if you could only, if these walls could talk.
Oh.
I'm really glad they can't.
No, I'm just kidding. You would really have which 4 though?
Can Ben and April talk?
That's the thing. I wouldn't have. No, I mean Ben and April.
Oh, they probably see things.
Oh, they've seen things that no other person in this world.
Lovers?
No, they're brother and sister.
They are brother and sister.
Sorry.
But that doesn't mean they have not ever been lovers.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I
Cersei
saw
and
them.
Jamie vibes.
Yes, the first couple weeks that I had them, they were. It was weird until I got them fixed.
I'm so excited for the House of Dragons show.
I'm not.
I'm nervous.
I'm hopeful, but I'm doubtful.
I think it's going to be
We
good.
just got to be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, being high during the first episode might not hurt. I don't know.
Demi, you can't get high. It's
Demi,
illegal.
that's illegal.
I know it's legal in the state you live in, but it's illegal in our house.
I live in a district,
decriminalized
actually.
here.
Oh, really?
We're not a state.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
So,
what is a
taxes
district?
Go to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, I mean, you still get taxed. That's the whole point, is that taxation without representation.
I know, but
there's like 51st
does federal
state.
tax go to help D.C.?
Yeah.
But it's not a state.
So it's treated like a state in most ways, would you say? What is it like? Can you explain what a district is, how it works?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a federal district, and I didn't know that DC statehood was such an issue until I moved to DC, and you see all the different like DC statehood yard signs and like 51st state and like taxation without representation. Like people will have like, what are those bumper shit on cars?
Bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
No, not bumper stickers. The name, the plates.
Oh,
license plate.
License plates. Like a DC license plate is literally taxation without representation. It's
really
like made by DC.
Wow.
And so it's a big thing because they're saying, you know, taxation without representation. We should be a state. We should have 2 members of Congress.
Should dump all the tea.
Do they have anyone in Congress?
No, because it's a district. So 2 in the Senate and, you know, however many in the House of Representatives, which that would be a blue state, obviously.
Sure.
And so Republicans don't want it to become another state, but like and their argument is also that it's just the DC aristocracy and all the intellectuals. But if you look at the map of DC, like, yes, there is, and if you were to make DC a state and you were to give voting rights to people, you would have to obviously have like all the different like exclusions to account for the fact that there are so many different politicians living there and everything. And so they would account for that. But like, if you look at the map of DC, it's not all like bougie Georgetown, Adams Morgan, like Capitol Hill. Like,
there's like a rough side of DC.
East of downtown DC is like mostly black.
Southside Chicago vibes.
You look at the population of it. I don't know the statistics, but like there's a huge black population in DC. I mean, it's getting gentrified, as is everything everywhere. But like DC doesn't just include that west side. It includes east of the Potomac. Right? Like there's so much ghetto, and so there's this whole black community that's just getting no representation whatsoever. And DC actually has a higher population than Wyoming or like North Dakota.
Really?
And like most of the population who like, and they don't move. Like the people that are cycling in and out are the politicians, are the wealthy people. People that are living there actually are not as much.
Is the high population density,
so it's
like
a racial
noticeable?
issue. What?
Is it noticeable, the high population density, since DC's so small, but its population is about bigger than Wyoming and North Dakota? So they're not spread out.
No,
everybody's like centered.
No, I mean, first off, like no one's in Wyoming. And then second off, I say DC, like the reason I like it, like I never wanted to go to like New York or like Philly because that just like stressed me out. But
the culture there is a little abrasive as
it's
well.
Like going to like I was like, I don't want to go to a city school. And and DC's a city, but like it's like very homey. Like there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of nature, foliage. It's like very, I mean, the part that I live in is like very nice. So yeah, DC statehood. I don't know.
So it's a racial issue. Sounds like, I mean, obviously any racial issue is also basically a partisan issue. So why haven't the Democrats during any of their presidencies recently made DC a state? Or maybe that's overly simple.
Yeah, you can't just do that. I don't know the specifics, but there are a lot of like things
that need to happen. Roadblocks. Okay.
Interesting.
Why can an 18-year-old buy an AR-15? Why can anyone buy an AR-15? Why doesn't the president do something?
The government, dude.
Anyway, don't get me started down this because I'll get really sad and then I won't be able
to
stop.
Not us.
I know.
We're just gonna repeat 1776, bro. We're just gonna have a repeat.
Okay, dinner party.
Oh yes,
dinner party.
So you really want the founding fathers?
Oh,
take some time and think about it.
Yeah.
Kanye West is one on my list. No, I need one.
Kanye pours his whole being out onto the internet.
Did you watch the SNL skits when Kim was on SNL? Yes. Did you see the one where it was like the Kanye tweet one, like the Courtney's court?
Oh no, I didn't see that one then. Oh, I didn't see all of them. I just saw some. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Damn, you put it in your hair. Okay. Almost. It's kind of hard. Do you know where your hair is? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. He thinks my hair is black, and I told him that
definitely is.
The fuck?
Well, when I looked at it very closely, it is brown, but it's so dark brown that from here it looks black.
Yeah, when you bunch them all together, it looks black. When you mush colors together, they look the same.
Your hair is black.
Yes.
Or is it very dark brown?
No, it's black.
Very dark brown. I actually don't think there is black.
I mean, black is not a color. Black is the absence of color.
Sorry. Yeah.
So who's at your dinner party?
Well, Kanye West is one person. I'd like to have a comedian to offset Kanye, or at least make it funny. I haven't figured out what comedian yet.
So my favorite comedians are like Jerry Seinfeld and Aziz Ansari.
Aziz Ansari is so funny.
Crazy that you find Jerry Seinfeld to be funny.
Really?
With your personality type.
Have you ever watched Seinfeld?
I have range.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. So we settle into our roles, okay?
Seinfeld is just so old humor, not funny.
No, it's not. Seinfeld is classic. That's the beauty of Seinfeld. It's the show about nothing. Like so many of the episodes are just like shit that you have gone through.
About his stand-up routine.
Okay,
like
no stand-up is that funny.
There's some Louis C.K. stand-up's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Louis C.K. had some of the funniest stand-up I've ever seen.
I refuse to watch Louis C.K. stand-up.
I watched it before it all became an issue.
Too, and I haven't watched it since.
I'm gonna pirate it and watch it again because it is some of the funniest content ever in the world.
So funny. But anyways, I think Bill Burr might be on there.
Never listen to him.
Bill Burr is aggressively funny. That's the best.
Ronnie Chang is funny. I'm like so new.
Andrew Santino is very funny.
Yeah,
Manny Maniscalco.
He's funny. Yeah.
Manny Escuela? No, that's a Grand Theft Auto character. Sorry. Sorry.
Andrew Santino's so dry though.
Yeah, but I like that.
I do too. But pairing him with Kanye to me is not the move.
Oh, that's 100% the move. Remember him and Dave? Come on, bro.
I think I would have Bill Burr and Kanye West, and now I have to think of my other.
You think you're gonna have Kanye West and Bill Burr in the same room, and it's gonna go okay?
I think it's gonna be wildly entertaining.
It's gonna last for 30 seconds. Kanye's gonna be out.
That's fine.
No one can leave.
No one can leave. It's a dinner party, dude.
Okay.
So I have those two. I'm gonna think of a couple more people.
Okay.
It's a tough question.
I know. That's why you got to ruminate on it.
My answer to this is like for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have a different answer for like a nice intellectual and then another one for like.
But you get 4 people, so you can get all of those in.
So I have 4 people.
What are they? Who are they?
And these are people that like I want to know.
Yeah.
And I also like want to see all talk. I don't know, but okay. So Tom Hanks, but I still think that I could meet Tom Hanks. You know, I feel like verdict's not out. Yeah.
He almost died from COVID. Do you remember that? Sorry.
He was like the first one to get it.
He was like the first famous actor to get it. Yeah. And everybody was scared because he's old.
Because he's beloved.
Yeah, but also
old.
He's old. And you know, when old people get COVID, it's like, oh man.
So Tom Hanks, Alexander the Great,
Ooh.
Jane Austen, and Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And
you're such a feminist. Jane Austen. I respect it though. I
love Jane Austen.
I respect it. I think I want to throw Edgar Allan Poe in there.
Oh, damn.
I think he would really spice things up. And I'm really
doing heroin at the dinner party.
I'm really leaning towards my last one.
Is there a body hidden under this wood floor? I can hear the heart.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's
our downstairs neighbors.
The last one to be Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's what a lot of people say.
Wait, if you can do Jesus, can I do God?
No, he's not a.
Jesus is God in human form.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Well, you're gonna find out in the dinner party.
If I talk to Jesus, and he can't, I guess it would just be like, turn this water into wine, dude. You won't. And if he does it,
but the key is, Sean, he'll only do it if you believe.
No, he can do it regardless of whether or not you believe.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I would. What is he, Barney?
Were you raised?
Yeah, kind of, but not really. Like my family's Christian, but we never went to church. Yeah, kind of thing.
Benjamin, you are interrupting. Benjamin, who would you bring to dinner?
Benjamin's beautiful.
He's like outside. I'd have dinner with outside and the train.
You know, I think I was raised with an inherent prejudice against cats, but I do like cats. I've never had a negative reaction with cats.
Me neither. Okay. I love cats and dogs. I love all animals.
Okay, who are your 4 people? Go. Don't pick the Founding Fathers. It's lame.
Yeah, Founding Fathers is lame. I would probably have a Founding Father. I'd probably do George Washington or somebody like that. I'd like to do
George Washington more about his war general experience than his presidency experience.
I just want to pick his brain about like stuff. I'm not going to be
get to know him as a human because he's just such an amazing guy that they all unanimously selected him.
Yeah. I mean, he's like widely heralded as one of the best leaders in American history. So it'd be really interesting to talk to him and glean something from that experience that he had.
Yeah, you can copy his hairstyle.
I'm already working on it.
Dude, look at Ben when I put this on him.
All right, sick. Excellent listening material.
Sorry. Ben, get the fuck out of here.
Ben, get the fuck out. Anyway, I probably would want to do somebody uber successful that I would feel like could help guide me towards being uber successful.
Like Elon Musk.
Is exactly thinking. He might be too manic though.
Yeah.
But that's what's fun about Elon. But I wasn't going to say Elon. Also, I was going to say someone like Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett or something like that.
So I started following.
Warren Buffett would be better.
Yeah, I started following Elon on Twitter, and it's hilarious.
It is crazy.
He is like a he's like a child genius. Like he will tweet like really silly stuff, and then like really complicated space shit that I have no idea.
Also, the thing with Elon though, if you've ever really watched him in like interviews or interactions, he's very like socially awkward too.
Yeah.
So as a dinner guest, he might just sit there and not really say anything.
So here are my favorite Elon Musk tweets.
Oh, you have a whole bookmark?
Demi came prepared.
I know.
Perhaps. I mean, I think I've just like liked them, you know.
Damn. He has some of the memes that he posts.
He was talking about he talked about how like the war on straws is emblematic of like larger social issues, and he like wants straws to come back.
Why?
Because so the idea is that like, okay, we ban straws because straws are
bad for the environment.
Bad for the environment because they're always being, I mean, they are because they're plastic, but like they're killing the sea turtles because they're ending up in oceans. It's like, well, why are we banning the straws? Why are we not focusing on like why the straws are there in the first place?
Yes, but I also I absolutely hate the argument of like you're killing the turtles as if we don't mass slaughter every other animal in the world.
Well, yeah, but that's bad too.
I know, but why are we so concerned about the sea turtles?
Because the sea turtles are getting killed for literally no reason, and we're not even benefiting from it.
Yeah, we're not eating them. It's not like,
but somebody in
the animals you're talking about that we slaughter, we raise them specifically to slaughter them.
I know,
which is fucked. And I'm not saying it makes it less bad. It's horrible, but it's
just a weird moral compass.
It's for a reason, even if the reason isn't one that I agree with.
Are y'all vegan? No. I just saw you eating a burger.
That actually was a vegan burger.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm not vegan.
I just hate that argument because
I don't think you should hate that argument. I see where you're coming from, but I think you should be reaching in the other direction. Instead of saying, if we're not going to say this about cows, we shouldn't say it about turtles. You should be saying, we're saying it about turtles and we should be saying it about cows. Because as fucked up as it is that, wildlife at sea is so affected by the plastics that we litter the ocean with, the struggle that, factory farms are putting animals through is like, it's literally genocide.
No, I definitely don't support the system, but that's another thing I'm conflicted about because I don't support the system, but I'm also like, God put us on this earth to eat meat. Like I love meat. Like I've tried so many times to like go through phases like.
Have you tried Beyond Meat?
I have.
I think it tastes great. I love it. Reminds me of like cafeteria burgers.
It's just harder to.
I like vegan food. I'm fine with not eating meat. Like I like, what is it called, satay or
chickpeas.
You know what I'm talking about? No. It's something. Yeah. Whatever. Well, this will be in the fact check version later. But like, no, I like eating meatless. I love tofu.
Sure.
You like tofu?
Yeah.
That's my least favorite thing.
But like, I don't like when it's like, oh my God. Have you all heard of Sinful Bakery?
No.
Okay. They have like vegan baked goods and they had these like everything bars they sell at the grocery store. And I'm like obsessed with them. They're so good. And so they have a little like downtown store. So my friend and I, who is vegan, will go and it's like the best place. Like I love their little bars, but it's like little granola bars, right? So we go and we're there for breakfast one morning and she like was gonna get like a breakfast. It was like a vegan breakfast sandwich. And like, honestly, I'd been there with her before and she'd gotten it, but like I hadn't thought about like what is in a vegan breakfast sandwich that is like egg, cheese, and like meat, but it's vegan, but it just says egg, cheese, and meat. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I got a quiche.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, why not? Like, I'll be adventurous and like, I'll try it.
Weird.
I love quiche first off, but
the idea of a quiche is weird to me.
Hated this quiche. It was just like fake. I was like, this is just.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same. What do you guys?
No, it's not hitting the same. It just felt so processed and so gross.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about the argument that you can be vegetarian, but you can still eat eggs?
Yeah.
Because I had this conversation with the kitchen crew in the morning when
Oh, really?
when they were making avocado toast, but it said no meat, but then they sent it out with an egg.
Oh wait, no,
like,
yeah,
did the person
vegetarian
get
just
mad?
means no meat. No meat.
Is eggs
Egg is vegetarian. It's not meat.
not meat?
No, it's not meat.
Because it's not an animal. It's
Meat
an
is muscle fiber.
That would be vegan because eggs are not
Yeah.
an animal. They're
Vegans
an animal
can't eat
product.
eggs.
Okay.
Vegetarians can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you see like
Yeah. It's
chicken?
it's not meat,
Nice
but it is
egg.
an animal product.
Yeah.
And vegans don't partake in any animal product at all.
Okay.
But vegetarians do.
So vegetarians just don't want animal
Meat.
like
Flesh.
muscle fibers.
Yeah.
But they're okay with placenta fibers. It's not placenta fibers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a little conversation that I had. And then I also was at the cashier and a girl was like, I'm vegetarian. And then she said avocado toast. And I was like, do you want eggs with that? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
That's regular.
What's the weirdest customer shit you've ever dealt with?
I had somebody come up to me and yell in my face and curse at me
Mm-hmm.
and call me a despot
They called him a despot.
and then almost get in a fight with me.
And they left a
That's
nasty.
like so savage too because they used like
such a
old
big
timey
word.
word.
Yeah.
And they
Despotic.
they took a picture of him and posted a nasty
Took picture
review
of
on
me
Google.
and posted a review on Google. Yeah.
Wait, I take back my laugh.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
okay.
it was.
That makes me
And in the
sad.
picture,
Okay.
you can see I'm is just like, what the fuck is going on right
Wait,
now?
what the fuck happened?
So I don't think you've ever worked a Sunday brunch
I have.
as a host. Really?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. So
Yeah.
you understand
Vibes are insane.
vibes are insane. And when it gets really, really busy, there's a line out the door.
Yes.
Always.
I would have to bring menus outside
Yes.
to people.
And you know the rule that like people can't sit at a table and wait
Oh, I know.
because those tables have to be available for people who have already ordered.
Because of the food.
Yes.
It's like when you spell it out to people, it like makes, it's not like we're trying to be sticklers.
No,
It's like it makes
definitely not.
logical sense. You don't want people to have food and then not have a seat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you are in line, so you don't get this seat until you have ordered. Anyways, we were at doing a Sunday service, and it was towards the end of the whatever, and literally every single table was occupied. There was no available tables, and there was a line. So I'm playing host as a manager, and I'm walking around and I'm making sure like as soon as a table gets bussed and cleared, I go to the cashier and I'm like, okay, they can order.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm putting a hold on the line, whatever. So I put a hold on the line, and then I have one table available. It's a 2-top, and it's outside, and the person ordering has a dog. So I'm like, okay, bet. Go ahead, take her order. While they're ordering, a lady and her kid sit at the table.
Just line out the door.
Yeah.
And the place is full.
Yes. And I
Was
go
her
up
name
to her.
Karen?
No. I go up to her and I tell her, I was like, hey, ma'am, you can't, like, you can't sit here. You don't have a number, blah, blah, blah. I say it much nicer and eloquently, whatever. And she's like, no, my husband's ordering in line. And I was like, okay, well, he's still in line, and I actually have someone who's about to order, and this is the only table available. I need this table. And then she does this thing where she like, she first and foremost, she doesn't speak a lot of English. Her English isn't great. I
Is
suspect.
she a regular? Is she that?
No.
Okay.
I suspect that she's Turkish because I know Turkish people and I know what their
She's
accent
probably
is.
Turkish.
I'm assuming she's Turkish, but I could be wrong. She gave me Turkish vibes.
Boo.
Demi hates Turkish people.
She's not the only one. Turkish people are hated. by
Everyone
many.
hates Turkish people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, any
Countless
Turks we know.
genocides. Anyway.
Yeah. But so then I get into this little tiff and she gives me a little attitude and she's like, oh, my husband's in line. He's ordering. I can't sit here. My husband, like that. And then eventually she like calls her husband. So she's talking to her husband in another language and I'm standing over the table and the lady had already ordered. She has her number. She's behind me because I told her this is her table.
The audacity.
Yeah. So and then she's like, talk to my husband. I'm like, ma'am, I was like, ma'am, I'm not going to sit here. She has her number.
Not
I need you.
entertaining that,
I was like,
yeah.
I need you to leave. I need you to get up and whenever your husband orders, we can get you a table. And she kind of just like pouts and storms and whatever. She's like, whatever. Ugh. So she's sitting there and they had like milk and cookie stuff. So I run in I tell the lady, I'm like, give me 1 second. I'm gonna wipe this table down. And I'll be right with you. So I walk in. This is at a table outside along the garden. So I walk in And I go through the server hallway doors, and then I grab a little rag and I wring it out. And as I walk out, her husband is like beelining towards me. I'm right by Picnic.
Yeah.
And he like gets in my face and he's like screaming. He's like, who the fuck do you think you are? What the fuck are you doing? Telling my wife she can't blah, blah, blah. I said, what the fuck? I'm in line. What the like? He's like in my face. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And everybody's like, I can see Tori and Miles at the bar, like looking. And then I can see somebody else like behind me, like, and I'm like, sir, I need you to relax. And then I was like, do you want me to explain to you why I told her she couldn't sit there? And he's just like yelling stuff that doesn't really make any sense. So eventually I just walk away. I'm like, I need to get myself out of here. So as he's screaming at me, I'm just like walking away. Like I just completely walked away, and he's like following me. And I'm like, okay, shit. And then finally our GM, Caroline, I see her like run over, and she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like she's like, you can't talk to him like that. And then she like gets him settled, and he starts talking to her. And I go directly in the table, and then I go in the walk-in, and I just sit in the cool walk-in because I'm like,
God, Saint Caroline. Sorry,
Yeah,
not implying that you did anything
Caroline's
wrong,
really
but
sweet.
like
Such
I
an
just
angel.
love her.
no, she's very sweet, and she's really good at like
Diffusing.
diffusing
Yeah.
and like making sure that nobody's disrespected.
Yes.
Like she made it very adamant that like no matter what happens to her, you cannot speak to
She is
anybody.
very
like
good
that.
at hospitality while also towing the
Yes.
line between not just getting disrespected.
She is
Yes.
supremely good at conflict resolution, but at the same time, she has very firm boundaries
Yeah. Yeah.
that
She
aren't
won't
to be crossed.
She won't take any disrespect.
Yeah.
And that's,
God, I love her so much. I
I
would
do too.
propose to her if she wasn't dating
I do
somebody.
too. And yeah, so I sit in the cooler for like 10 minutes because I'm like shaking.
Yeah.
Because I almost really just wanted to hit the dude.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh, I'm going to punch this dude.
Poor yams.
And I'm short, but he was shorter than me. And I was like, this guy's talking so tough. I could kill this man, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like sitting there and I'm just cooling down. And
I've never seen this inner rage.
I'm not even like upset. I'm more just like embarrassed because I know everybody saw it and everybody's going to be like, are you okay?
Okay.
And I hate when stuff like that happens. I hate when like something happens to me and I can feel people like pity me and be like, oh, it's going to be okay. And I'm like, I know it's going to be okay. Like I'm really not affected by it. I was just more embarrassed that he like got in my face.
Yeah.
And I had to be like, I just had to like not do anything. But yeah, so that was the most crazy thing that's happened to me.
I so wish I could have been there, dude.
Can I like come for this lady for attacking you?
What was the gentleman? And the crazy thing
It was
is,
both of them.
Matt was in the bathroom, and Matt was like, "Bro, if I saw that, I would have pulled up on him."
Dude.
I was like, yeah, "I'm sure."
I would have. I mean,
Turks. I mean,
So
there's like
easy.
nothing more that I can say.
it's so easy to talk a big game
I
about
know.
like fighting someone when you weren't there, and
Uh-huh.
there's no way for anyone to ever know. But I would love to lose my job beating the shit out of that guy for talking to you like that, dude. Oh, you could tag team him.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, and I love Tori to death, and I didn't expect anything, but her and Miles were literally just sitting there like looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna?"
They're like deer in headlights
Yeah, but to be
situation.
fair, they're kids.
But Miles is built like a goddamn.
Yeah, but he's a kid.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think
it's
if I would
true.
do anything in that situation.
I don't.
There's nothing you
I
can
wouldn't.
do.
I would.
Genuinely,
I just be.
I think no matter who was there, and I love you for stepping up for me like that, but I would have wanted you not to do.
No, yeah, I know.
Like I don't want you to.
That's. I've also. There's been a situation or two where like guests have gotten really disorderly with Caroline, and I'm
Really?
always and especially
They
earlier
probably think if they push her that she'll.
that she'll give.
Yeah.
Because she's so
But
accommodating.
yeah, because she's not like she doesn't come out like
No,
that,
yeah,
you
she
know?
does. She seems very laid back.
Uh-huh.
And that's a skill.
Yeah.
Oh, also I found the Elon Musk tweet that I was like specifically looking for, but like
What was it?
now I feel really silly because it's kind of underwhelming.
No, that's okay.
Chocolate milk is insanely good. Just had some. Period. That's it. That's the tweet.
That's a great
But
tweet.
then it's like-
that's probably his best
But
tweet.
then it's like coupled. It's like right next to like this like tweet in Russian that's like barely intellectual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chocolate
he's all over
milk
the
is
place.
really good. Oh, and then this is one was funny.
He's
too.
on the spectrum.
If I
dude.
die under mysterious circumstances,
saw
it's
that.
been nice knowing you.
Yeah. Everybody was really trying to look into that because that was right after he bought Twitter.
Well, right after he started to buy Twitter.
Yeah.
I still don't think that deal is completely.
Ultimately,
there's been a lot of.
Well, I think the real thing is they're trying to collect his assets.
Okay, this is my last tweet.
And they're trying to transfer payment. I think that's the only thing holding back, honestly.
Ultimately, the downfall of the Freemasons was giving away their stone cutting services for nothing.
You're not wrong. Come on, dude. The free Masons. How about the $5 a piece Masons?
They'd be a global empire by now.
No, but the whole Twitter purchase thing.
Oh, and also wait, this is my last one. This is our last one, and then you can take my phone away from me. Look at this photo you put of Bill Gates.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's a little rude.
Yeah.
I was late to the Elon Musk game, so like I never followed him or anything, and then I like did it
He's
once.
a character,
and, you know,
man.
you like discover something.
He's a dude for sure.
I think he's the only like mega rich billionaire who's actually like interesting to keep up with.
Like
the
has
rest
a personality.
Of them, yeah. Mm-hmm. The rest of them, like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos.
I don't want to compare him
Warren
to Trump,
Buffett,
but like
Donald Trump. I mean,
he's giving Trump in that he's like on, like, you know, he has control of his own.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not trying to appease to a mass.
He doesn't have a PR guy. Or he does, and the PR guy is desperately like, please stop what you're doing. And he's like, nope, posting it. Like every 5 minutes. But there has been, dude, Elon Musk, you might know this or you might not, depending on how long ago you started keeping track of him. But there was a time when, really the first time that he tweeted something about Tesla that said one thing, like we're going to do this or this or that and the other. And him saying that had a direct effect on the price of their stock. And then later he changed what it was, or like said something different, or didn't do what that tweet said. And he had like market manipulation charges brought upon him because of it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow. And
there's been a couple of times that that's happened. And if I remember correctly, he was made to give up his CEO spot at Tesla because of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he had that much power over it?
Because they were like, you have too much. I forget now. It's been quite a while. But then also he was swearing up and down that he was going to do a stock buyback and take Tesla private again. And he tweeted that he had secured funding, meaning like, I mean, if you say that, it's a green light to everyone to buy as much Tesla stock as you can, because you're guaranteed that they're going to buy it back from you at probably a higher price than what it's at right now.
Yeah.
And then they ended up not doing the buyback. And that was a huge like fraud thing, because
fucking with him.
He was, I mean, in the best case scenario, maybe he really did intend to buy the stock back and then it just fell through or something. But what it looks like is he was just manipulating the market to artificially drive up the price of Tesla stock.
Have you seen that guy? There was this one guy, I think he made a TikTok and then he got kind of like famous for it, but he made a TikTok he was like some college dude. I think he was like 19 or 20, very young. He was a computer science major, and he like made a software or whatever, or created an automation where anytime Elon Musk had a positive correlated tweet, it would automatically buy a certain amount of shares from Tesla.
Really?
And then every time it had a negative correlated tweet, like he had trigger words, it would sell.
Wouldn't you want it to do the opposite?
No, because you sell when it says something negative, because then it goes down, and then you buy it back when it goes up. And he said doing this netted him like thousands of dollars in profits, because Elon,
so he was catching it before what he tweeted affected the price.
Because as soon as the tweet was there, it would sell
automatically.
As soon as
I got you.
And yeah, he said he had
I would keep that turned on forever.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Damn.
Like good money just doing that. So that really shows that Elon Musk tweets definitely affect the Tesla stock.
You know who else I'd have at my dinner party? My fourth person. I was thinking it was going to be
your first three. What?
It was some rich guy, Warren Buffett or someone like that. That's how we got on Elon Musk.
Would you have Elon or?
I don't want to have Elon because realistically, I don't think he built most of his wealth on his own. He was born
also
pretty
such
rich.
A super
smart
dude.
Yeah, but the reason I want someone super successful so that they can
savvy person.
I need them to.
What about Gary Vee?
Guide me. No, fuck Gary Vee.
He's Gary Vee.
Oh,
dude.
I know
You'll
my
get into
four.
Gary Vee.
George Washington, Warren Buffett, or someone like that who can coach me into being rich. Casey Neistat.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Know who that is.
Yes, you do. You'll know him if I show him to you. He's a
you are so not part of the culture.
He basically invented vlogging. He lives in New York.
He is the inventor of.
He rides an electric skateboard through Manhattan. You'll know him if I show him to you.
Probably seen him.
Big crooked nose.
Probably seen him.
As big as Doja Cat.
You're embarrassing yourself right now.
You are embarrassing.
So anyway, Casey Neistat, and then for my last one, I was gonna say Trevor Wallace, but I think the final evolution of that, it means Theo Von. I would love to have dinner with Theo Von, bro.
Theo Von makes me nervous.
I fucking love him. He's a comedian.
Okay.
And he has a podcast, and it's honestly, I think it's the funniest podcast.
Sometimes he gets
ever.
I'll take a listen.
He gets so real on his podcast,
bro,
about his personal stuff, and it makes me nervous.
Can I tell you something, dude?
Because I feel like
secondhand embarrassment.
Not embarrassment.
No.
It's like real shit that he's been through.
It's real, bro. It's
and like,
but it's also not always like that. It's also very funny.
It is really funny. It is.
It's such a crazy roller coaster of a podcast.
Yeah.
There was a day. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say he talks very openly about like going to therapy and like learning how to get his emotions in check and learning how to like output things a certain way, but he still struggles with it, and I can like feel him saying stuff where he's struggling, but he's like giving an effort.
He's able to articulate.
Yeah, he's unable to articulate what he really feels about it, but he's like talking about it.
Yeah,
just to get it out there, and it just makes me so nervous sometimes.
It makes me nervous too, but also I learned so much. From listening to him do that on his own on this podcast, dude. Fair. There was a day. Theo Von and Duncan Trussell are two comedians who both have their own podcasts, who I have like learned so much about how to be a more healthy person from listening. Duncan Trussell taught me how to like love myself and love other people, really. And then Theo Von taught me how to like evaluate myself. Dude, there was a day that I was in the shower listening to Theo Von's podcast, and he was talking about like a time that he was down, and he said, I just came to this realization that I had a feeling that I would rather be doing anything else right now than just being who I am. And he said that, and I started crying so hard, bro. I was like, I relate to that so hard, and I didn't even realize that I felt that way until he said it. And now he's crying and I'm crying. I mean, he's not really crying. He's like making jokes. But I'm crying in the shower by myself, and I'm like, I didn't even know I felt this way. Oh, and that was like a hard, rocky moment. But the growth that comes after realizing that you feel that kind of way about something, even if it's only for, it's not like I walk around feeling that way all the time, but realizing that I have ever felt that way was a really valuable experience to have. I love Theo Von, bro.
I have an author like that whom I love.
Really?
Like she articulates things and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Curtis Sittenfeld.
Austen.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
I do love Jane Austen.
What book?
Obviously. Well, I think I read it as like a very formative time, but it's called all of her books really. One of them's called Man of My Dreams and one of them's called Prep, and it's just like a coming of age story, but it's like written from the perspective of her when she's like 30, 35 years old. And it's just like so many like universal, like it's about her experience at a prep school in like the East Coast, but like so many universal just experiences, like not even about like about being in high school and just being a young person, but also just like life. I don't know. It's just like, when you read those books that you feel
you learn
like,
through others.
I love like giving my books to other people and like sharing books because I feel like it's like a conduit for connection. So like when you read a book like that and they articulate something that you didn't even realize you felt, or like an observation that you had, and you're like, shit. And then you talk to someone else who read the book too and loved it. Like that's so powerful.
Yeah, you both share that common connection there.
It's a really two people loving a book is such a deeper like thing to have in common than like, oh, we both love this movie.
No, yeah.
Or like we both, this is our favorite song. Like a book is such an in-depth.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like, fiction, loving the same fiction book can still be a really bonding experience. But I don't know if it's as deep as like more profound writings.
Like a self-help.
I would say that book is probably one of my favorite books. That and like, I do love Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice and Emma.
Oh yeah, I do like Pride and Prejudice too. It's been a while since I've read it though.
So
I've never read it.
it's one of those books
So you're
that
anti-feminist?
one of those books that's like really dense, you know, because it's a different
Super
style
dense.
and era, but then you get used to reading in it, and it's
I mean, to be fair, I only read it once, and it was in high school.
okay. So confession.
You've never read it?
No, I
Oh.
watched
The movie?
Okay, so I watched Bridgerton. Y'all
Uh-huh.
watched Bridgerton, right?
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Only girls watched Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Dude, and you've watched Outer Banks.
I love Outer Banks. Outer Banks is a really bad show that's so bad that it's good type show.
Yeah, I get that.
It's one of those, and I will die on the hill of Outer Banks being a great
See,
show
I will
because it's
die
so bad.
on Emily in Paris being an amazing show because
like
it's
Emily
an
in
amazing
Paris.
show. Good.
What about New Girl?
I
Love New Girl.
Everyone. Universally. If you don't like New
Yeah.
Girl, you're not a real human.
Okay.
Yeah.
But wait, what was I saying?
What were you saying?
I don't know.
Bridgerton.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah. So they come from like, you know, smutty romance books, which honestly they're not that smutty. Like they're really not smutty.
The books?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I read the first 2 books.
Because the show's pretty smutty, right?
The first season.
first
is.
season
Yeah, I heard the
like-
second season was a lot less.
I heard the
first
first
season
season is
is
like
too-
softcore porn.
The first
Yeah.
season is too, especially because like there's like a really strong tone shift. Like once they get married, like it's very non-sexual, and then it's like really hardcore and just like the fuck, like the vibe just changes. But
Literally the fuck.
I mean, that's how life is, though.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
You'll get there someday.
anyway.
Anyway, sorry, Demi.
On the cover, it says like, "Oh, this author is like the new Jane Austen," and I just made me livid. I was so mad.
Yeah.
Because like just because it's a Regency era set novel doesn't mean that it's Jane Austen. I was
It's
just
a lot
like,
of pressure to put on the
no,
artist.
it's just like stupid because like the person saying that knows that she isn't the modern day Jane
It's
Austen.
just sell.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just the
she's,
publisher
like,
selling.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I know.
It's
But that
also
pisses me off because she's not. Like,
Yeah.
who let them put them on a cover?
you can put anything you want on a cover, dude.
As
I
long as the
can't.
publishing company allows it.
Fucking.
It's unfortunate, yeah. It's also probably a quote that's taken out of context. Demi, it's okay.
I was like disgusted. It's like being.
Wow, you feel so
I have been
strongly.
You
lifting.
have such a strong back.
Demi,
No.
you're strong emotionally and physically.
Thanks.
It's really impressive.
You should
And
listen to Brene Brown
mentally.
too.
Oh, sorry.
I
you should-
recognize that name, but I'm not familiar.
She's a tenured professor at U of H, and she like specializes in like.
What was her name?
Like Brene Brown. She's like a New York Times bestselling
I've definitely
author.
heard the
Like,
name.
She has this podcast. You would love it.
Wait,
She's like honey,
what's the podcast?
unlocking us.
Yeah,
Or
we've
Dare
talked
to
about
Lead.
this. That's
Yeah.
why I know the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I could be transported back to Tiny's in this conversation, like behind the bar
Yeah.
without
I need a
headphones.
image of her. I feel like
I mean, yeah, you sent me
Christmas
the link
lights.
for her podcast actually,
Yeah.
and we were talking behind the bar about it.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I feel like I've seen.
Fucking
I mean, I
modern
probably
day
have
Jane
seen her. She's
Austen.
at
Like,
U of H.
what the fuck?
Sorry.
It's just a sales pitch.
I'm trying to come up with a comparison.
It's really grinding your gears.
It
huh?
would be like saying Doja Cat is the modern day Beyonce.
Which is true. So
Okay,
That's a
no,
good
no,
one.
but
shut up, Demi. All right, let me ask you something.
what?
If you know who this is, how do you feel about Jordan Peterson? You recognize the name?
I recognize it, but I don't.
You should
know.
look
Okay.
into him.
If you don't know him, that's fine. I was
Is he
just curious.
religious? We talked about this.
He is now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we probably have,
We
haven't we?
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had his own turn to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Come
he's
to
always had
Jesus.
religious underpinnings in his ideals.
He's just never come out.
He's
right.
never like been very preachy about it, which is a smart thing, I think. But lately he's been a little more lax about like revealing basically that his I don't know. The thing is Jordan Peterson gets a lot of shit
He does.
because he sometimes gets a little like,
chuggy,
what does that mean?
like basic,
No.
cringe,
No.
like millennial. You know, like chuggy. I'm gonna look up the word.
Yeah, I've never heard that word.
No. He gets more like.
He's a little
He-
like caught up in
he-
gender norms.
Yeah, he like states an opinion that you feel like everybody kind of thinks,
Mhm.
but it's like one of those like gray areas where you don't say it because that's not the time we live in. But he's very comfortable. With
Yeah, but
saying
he
it
also
and-
the
and-
reason that I really like
and
Jordan
trying to,
Peterson,
like, back it.
the reason that I really like Jordan Peterson is because when he says shit, he has backup for it.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, or if he doesn't know about something, he is very upfront about that.
Mhm.
and the intellectual like integrity of like
Having
admitting when he's wrong,
and then also
not having a stance unless he can back it up. That is all stuff that I value so highly, and I try so hard to make myself be that way too.
Same.
Okay, so the chuggy is the catch-all word to describe anything that is basic, uncool, or trendy. But it's basically like another way to describe aesthetics, people experiences that are basic. It was coined by a now 23-year-old white woman in 2013 while a student at Beverly Hills High School,
so it's a
on
fake
whom
word.
the irony is apparently lost. Okay, things that are chuggy. The New York Times, golden doodles.
Yeah, I hate I hate any type
the
of
New York
doodle.
Times,
I have a doodle.
Sorry,
not
I
golden.
didn't know.
It's not golden.
It is a golden doodle.
Oh fuck.
Leo, y'all met him.
I just don't. Oh, we did.
Yeah.
I don't like dogs with
an
curly
early
hair.
Gen Z or
Yeah.
millennial woman, like mainstream, basic. That's me. And honestly, I am chuggy.
You're not
and I accept
chuggy.
it.
You're not. Well,
You're not
I
even
have
part of the
chuggy
culture, dude.
likes.
you have chuggy
You
tendencies.
don't even know who Casey Neistat is or Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Google Casey Neistat
Although
and
I
tell me you don't
remember
recognize
Jordan.
him.
Although to be fair, I think that's older generation.
Oh shit! I
Who?
need to get home soon.
Jordan Peterson and Casey Neistat.
Well, I kind of expected her to know Jordan Peterson just because she's
We've
very
talked
plugged in.
about it.
Yeah, and Demi is very plugged into like politics.
This guy is so frumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very he's very upfront about how ugly he is.
He is the
Aw.
most.
I feel bad for saying that now.
I mean, yeah, I hesitate to call him ugly. Also, though, that's a not flattering picture.
I only call him ugly because he calls himself ugly all the time.
He's a little ugly, but he's
He's
ugly
unique.
in a handsome East Coast
should-
kind of way.
If you give yourself the opportunity, if you go through his vlogs on YouTube, you will binge a good amount.
Oh,
of
I've
them.
watched every single one of
Yeah,
them.
they get very addicting to
It's
watch.
so good, and
they're
he's such an addicting person to watch.
Yeah, and he's very. They're so well done, well crafted vlogs.
Sorry, I got distracted. My sister's bachelorette weekend this past weekend.
Okay,
Your sister's
give me your phone,
engaged?
Demi. You're being bad right
I
now.
do think I need to go soon, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
What's soon? What's your heart out?
Like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So we get to an hour 50.
Okay.
And then you edit it down.
Sure. We'll edit
we
a
haven't
little.
had anything that I need to edit out here,
Yeah.
so I'm just
Okay.
gonna post this whole thing as it is.
Raw. It's
Raw
nice
dog. Raw dog.
We're raw dogging the internet
this
right now.
podcast, dude.
Unless any of us say anything inappropriate or racist in these last 7 minutes, this whole thing's probably going up.
I bet you won't.
I'm not the one who said I liked Louis C.K., so
Okay,
y'all
well,
have to worry about
Hey,
this
listen.
stuff.
Louis
Let's
C.K.,
edit that out.
he's a guy.
Listen,
He did some stuff that's not cool.
Sean, just stop. I'm
No,
just going to
no,
do
no,
you
no,
the favor
no,
of
no, no, no.
stopping you.
Let's have this very bad conversation.
No, we're going to pivot.
Yeah,
we're going to
we can
pivot.
pivot,
Don't
'cause I
my
was gonna say
sisters look
something.
so cute?
are those both your sisters?
Yeah.
Why aren't you
So,
over there?
Because it was a drama point. We don't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Is it because you're not 21 and you couldn't drink with them?
Yes.
I figured.
Classic.
Yeah.
They just went
Well,
clubbing a lot. My parents were like not
Yeah, they're like,
supportive
you
of
can't.
that.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you know.
Which is fine because I see my sister all the time.
Yeah,
and-
that's cute.
Yeah, but they
They
went
look great. Yeah, they look great.
Yeah.
They look kind of like you. It's crazy.
Imagine.
Would you look at that?
Would you
All
look
right,
at
great.
this?
Well, does anybody
And-
have any closing comments?
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to be here and very thankful that y'all have given me a third chance.
Yeah. I think
'Cause
we're
I'm
so
a
happy
flaky
to have you.
bitch. I'm
Yeah.
a flaky, chuggy bitch.
I will
So-
close with I'm glad we finally got you on here and it was a wonderful conversation
Yeah.
and I can't wait for the next one. Not necessarily on the podcast, just the next conversation we have.
Oh.
Yeah, just the next time we see you.
Yeah, because we always enjoy your company.
What's with the noir music? Do you associate me with being like,
No, I just like the drama of it.
yeah.
Like feeling like something grandiose is about to happen.
Yeah,
And maybe it
we're all
is.
about the
And next
drama.
time I'm back on the pod, there will be something grandiose.
Okay.
She's going to announce her
You're
pregnancy.
You're going to have a whole family. I don't know why we default to that.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
It's a patriarchy here. My
It
bad.
actually is a little patriarchal of us.
But like
Patriarchal?
I said, it's a patriarchy, but I will allow my wife to keep her last name.
And you'll take hers.
Y'all trade
as the
names.
middle name.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird.
But
it is weird.
I still want to maintain the patriarchy in the sense that our child will have my last name.
Oh,
That's why I like the idea of making a new name. Whole new family name.
I really don't like that.
Well, you're wrong. Anyway. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the podcast, guys. It's been a real pleasure to have everyone here, especially Demi. Shout out to Demi and Demi's parents and sisters and lovely family. Thanks for being here, I am as well.
I live here.
That's true. And I guess we'll catch you guys next time.
All right. Peace.
Okay, bye. This is really... I feel like we're at a funeral right now.